Welcome to the show. After the show, what happens right after the show? Cheers.
Sparkle, sparkle, boom, boom.
Sparkle, sparkle, boom, boom.
Yeah, that's what they called me.
Your nickname. Everybody knows it.
Yep.
It's on the back of all of your hoodies.
Can you imagine?
Yes. I remember it well. Vividly. Oh, I wish it was
so much
true.
glitter.
I wish it was true. So much glitter. I don't know why you insisted on bringing it everywhere. It's like, I am here.
It seemed like such
We
an
know.
entrance at the time.
We know.
Oh, looks like Jonathan had this class last period.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Ugh.
Okay. So this video actually interestingly came about because we were trying to figure out more about Natasha's father.
Yes.
And I think as we were like writing down ideas, it was like the opposite of how we played it out, where we were using like Gamora's reference for something. And then it was sort of like, wait a second.
Wait a minute.
It's more interesting to do it the other way.
Yes.
So we were kind of pulling strings on like who could Ivan be in that whole situation, and then it was
Right.
like, hang on, if Ivan's actually her father, does that mean that Thanos is actually Gamora's?
father? Yeah, that was basically, I was like, is it? And then like everything just started to make sense.
Right,
It was like
right.
super like, I get it.
Right.
Yeah, but it's like, it's so sneaky because like you already know Thanos is her like adopted father. So when he says it, you're just like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure. Makes
Right,
sense.
right.
You don't take into account how literal he's being, and you don't know at all about Thanos. It's like, yeah, does son of Eros, whoever that guy was, whatever, that's not important. Maybe
Right.
it is. Who's Eros?
It is important,
important.
but
Yeah, I'm sure it will be.
But I think on that token, like the other thing that I was having like the most trouble with this particular one was like Thanos is so steadfast in his mission, like pretty much all throughout, except for sort of like the re-variation in Endgame. But it's kind of like he doesn't really seem like the type of guy who would just go sleep around with someone. Like I know that's like a weird like observation to make about someone like Thanos.
I know, it's sort of like, let's just, I don't know how we address this in the video, that he just like has a actual child, like, because then her mother must still be her mother, and that's why she looks like green and not purple.
Right.
And-
Yeah, like she's not like Titan looking.
Right, she doesn't look Titan, she still looks like her home people.
Right. I think the best explanation I would have, and I guess we don't know how long Thanos has been on his mission or how long Titan has been like destroyed, but like probably like we know that he lived on Titan, and we know at one point in time he was like advocating, but he wasn't always like his whole life carrying out this mission that we kind of know about
It's
him.
sort of post Titan's destruction.
Right. So if you were to maybe make the argument that Gamora's like 5-6 years old when he finds her, maybe Titan collapsed sometime in between when she was born and then. So like the mission had like come to pass.
Oh, maybe. It could also be that, I don't know, if it's true, then that would make her like the last living Titan or whatever.
Which would be kind of crazy.
Which would be kind of crazy.
And a great name for a movie.
The last Titan.
Gamora, the last living Titan. What?
What? That sounds like something like Phase 4 would do as well.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like a very female-centric phase.
Yeah, well, I think that's what they're going for sure. It would also just be kind of fascinating if her and Quill ever once again became intertwined, just depending if that's a possibility, because that would mean that Quill is half, what is Celestial, and then she would be half Titan, which would mean that like together they would be like a pretty power-packed.
Yeah, well, he doesn't have any of his celestial powers anymore, though.
Sure.
But I suppose genetically he still is one.
There's
I don't know how that works.
like he's definitely not 100% human.
Right, yeah. Even if he doesn't have access to the powers, he's still 50% celestial.
Right.
Okay,
Right,
there we
right.
go.
Yeah.
Let's go with that. That makes sense.
They would make their lineage interesting too, because we're not that many steps removed realistically when you look at it from that perspective to like the grand creators of everything. Like that's so we were saying like who is Eros, but Eros I think was like also named Mentor, but like he was the son of an Eternal or something like that. So like Thanos is like the grandson of the people who
Like,
possibly created the galaxy.
So maybe he has like more of his string. Maybe he's not your average Titan. He wasn't like this race of super people who all collapsed.
Sure.
But
So
that's so interesting. Like, I wish I knew more about Titan itself.
yeah, I know. It
that'd be
does.
great.
It seems, it seems shocking to me that such a powerful species would somehow just like fall into collapse. Like,
right.
It just doesn't seem like that would be
like that. How could they be that advanced and not have like colonies elsewhere?
Sure.
Or something.
Sure.
You know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. It's pretty fascinating. It's pretty fascinating. But I don't know. Either way, I think that this fits super well. And I think that one of the issues that like every once in a while you have with these stories or these theories is that like you had a different director over here and a different director over here, and like maybe the plan wasn't exactly the same, so there could be like some information that has to be like retconned later on or something.
Yeah.
It's not like we've never seen that happen, but Russo brothers did both Infinity War and Endgame.
Right.
And so like the Red Skull conversations are both very important, very like specific, and I feel like all of the words were carefully selected, which does make me think that there's like a certain amount of value that we can apply to those.
Yeah, I think so too. We didn't even talk about this in the video, but it also like brings a little new meaning to like his whole Reality Stone trick on Nowhere, where he's like seeing what Gamora will do, like if he'll like how she would react to killing him.
Sure.
You know, like would she do it? Does she hate me? Or like I don't know, maybe he wants to see that she's remorseful or whatever.
Right.
And, I don't know. It feels like it makes more sense if she's like his special daughter.
Sure. There's no doubt about it. There's something special about Gamora to Thanos.
Yes, there's something unique to her. Because, like, Nebula's right there with her the whole time. He's, like, so mean to her.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's strange. So I don't know. It's sort of hard to figure out. Even the fact that he like refers to all people or all of his followers as like the children of Thanos, it almost seems like a dilution of the idea. Like it makes it a lot easier just to think like the misdirections there.
Right.
Like to make you think like, well, he's not like Gamora's not really his daughter. It's like part of this thing that he does. But if realistically he does it so that it's even less obvious, like even that's more interesting. So I don't know. I'm very curious to hear what you guys think. I feel like this video, like when we thought of it, it was one of those where we're like, we need to make it immediately.
Yeah.
Because it seems like someone else is going to figure it out.
Haven't seen it anywhere else. Doesn't mean it isn't anywhere else, but...
Yeah, I can tell you that this was not from like any other research. This was like 100%.
Right, and it was like, that's a good one. Yep, we got to do this.
Yep.
So there you go. Hope you
anyway,
enjoyed.
Guys, until next time.
Bye.
Bye.